A sleek black car pulling up to a worn restaurant in Chandni Chowk is an anomaly. But the man stepping out, one of India's most influential film producers, wasn't looking for a meal. He was looking for the parents of a computer science student. Ronnie Screwvala is a name synonymous with blockbusters. His presence in this small office suggests a find of significant gravity. Screwvala had uncovered a detail the neighborhood had long forgotten. 30 years earlier, the student's father, Rajesh, was the National School of Drama's premier talent, a gold medalist who vanished into a kitchen the same week he was hailed as the future of Indian theater. Rajesh agreed to let the producer meet his son on one condition: his past must remain a secret. He refused to let his own abandoned legacy color his son's choices or impose the weight of a second-hand dream. This created a unique vacuum. By removing his own history from the house, Rajesh ensured that if his son ever found his way to a stage, he would arrive there with a perspective entirely his own. Anant Sharma's world was defined by the rigid logic of computer science at IIT Delhi. He was a student of algorithms and data, someone with no formal training in the performing arts. Yet during his audition, Anant channeled a raw emotional truth that paralyzed the room. He inhabited the character's conflict with an intensity that suggested a deep, perhaps even genetic, understanding of performance. That performance forced an immediate change in plans. Director Aditya Dhar was developing a massive project based on the 2016 surgical strikes. After seeing Anant, he abandoned his search for a mainstream star, offering the lead role to the unknown student. Casting an amateur was a risk, but it offered the film something a movie star couldn't: the believability of a fresh face. For a story about real soldiers, unpolished instinct proved more valuable than a recognizable name. When it came time to sign the contract for the lead role, Anant made a request that left the producers stunned. He insisted on receiving no salary for the film. He viewed the project as an educational privilege and a tribute to the armed forces, not a commercial job. Instead of money, he negotiated for authenticity, demanding training from Special Forces operators and securing a role for his drama mentor. By removing the financial incentive, Anant effectively shifted the power. He wasn't an employee of the studio. He was a partner in the storytelling, operating on a level of principle rarely seen in the industry. After securing the lead in a multi-million-dollar production, Anant returned to the familiar chaos of Chandni Chowk to celebrate in his family's restaurant. Over dinner, the highly perceptive student began to question his author. He couldn't reconcile his father's simple life with the precise expert advice he was giving about actor psychology and artistic truth. Rajesh maintained his cover with practiced ease. He framed his deep insights as simple parental observation, claiming he had merely learned by watching his son's own dedication over the years. This was the final layer of Rajesh's sacrifice. By denying his own expertise, he allowed his son to step onto a film set believing his talent was a personal discovery rather than a family debt. The training camp was run by Special Forces instructors who treated the actors like actual recruits. For 3 months, the cast lived under strict military discipline, pushed to their physical breaking points. Anant was surrounded by established professionals like Yami Gautam, actors who were already accustomed to the physical demands of high-budget action cinema. But on the obstacle course, the engineering student was the one setting the pace. He cleared barriers and handled weapons with a physical fluency that looked less like training and more like muscle memory. His secret weapon was Kalari Payattu. He had spent his childhood mastering the ancient Indian martial art, developing the core strength and tactical awareness that the instructors were trying to instill in the others from scratch. When the cameras finally rolled, the result wasn't just a performance. The years in the restaurant, the training in the Kalari pits, and the inherited soul of a theater legend had finally aligned. Anant Sharma wasn't a lucky amateur. He was a finished product, decades in the making.